and welcome to the show. We start this week's FailRace episode with Bella on GTA 5, managing to get hit by a train and choosing an inopportune moment to get out of their car. Yeah, you probably should have waited to see if the car might have fallen off the bridge on its own. Not ideal. Not ideal, that one. Stealthy Pup is next on GTA 5. Now they are racing around the streets on a bike, managing to bounce off a car, off a motorway, well, kind of off the edge, and amazingly, somehow back onto where they started. Nicely done. Nicely, you can do that one if you tried. LW up next, also on GT5, also with the bike. You're seeing the hazards of bikes on this one. Unlike our previous clip, this one not so lucky. I don't quite know how many rotations they did when hitting the lamppost, but their character had a very bad day. A lot of whiplash and, well, I think broken everywhere, to put it nicely. Red Dragon up next on Need for Speed. Now, they are trying to get away from the police. Actually can't with a pretty good idea. You know, park your car on top of the sort of train tracks, and the police are going to have difficulty navigating, difficulty getting to you, right? Relatively safe spot. This is my sort of getaway strategy if I'm playing GTA. However, the police are determined. One of the SUVs launches itself. I don't even know where the ramp was, but they were determined to have a go. Fair play. Sometimes the FailRace Police Department is committed. Mirror Images up next on Recfest with a car that just wants to be a three-wheeler for no really discernible reason. The Bulldog is going along happily, and it just loses a front wheel. I can't see any reason why it would lose the front wheel in the way that it did. It's as the car goes over the crest. So I'm guessing this is on like extreme damage or something, but as it goes over the crest, there shouldn't be a reason for the wheel to pop off. There's not any there. Maybe there's a slight something in the floor as it kind of goes over and goes down. It's very, very short in this one, but yeah, it's almost as the second the car goes over the tiniest of rises, it's just enough for that wheel to come off. It is an odd one. I played a lot of Recfest. It is a modded circuit and everything, but that is a very, very strange one. Matio on BA's WRC game. They are race around a wonderful rally car, of course, with the Focus. Now, many things can go wrong in the rally games. It's very easy to clip something, very easy to fall off the circuit, very easy, at the end of the day, to get yourself into an awful lot of trouble. However, this is a very impressive two-wheeled moment and somehow gets the car back down on all four wheels. I think it was the lightest of brushes on the barrier on that one. Soupy Dooby up next on Beam. They are doing some oval driving, if you like, some high-speed stuff when they just clip a wall and that leads to a disintegrated car. Wasn't a particularly big hit on the wall, initially anyway, and things have gone very badly wrong. Things are going very badly wrong for that car. The Murloc Tamer on Beam is so they're messing about with a vehicle. They're trying to roll the car off of a ramp. So you can use it like a split ramp. Sure enough, many rolls are going on as you would expect, but this time around it's actually very nicely landed. It's not in good condition. I think it's in better condition than the previous car, to be honest. It still amazingly drives, and while it has lost a wheel, it has some steer, not really. It still has an amount of control, more than you would expect, I think, from that. Yeah, surprisingly good landing. RC Cookie up next on Beam is trying to do a mission. Probably driving a big truck up a very narrow street isn't a great idea, especially if you're trying to do it in a hurry. And his poor AI car is about to find out there's not really space for both of them. And then the truck grinds to a halt. The reason will become rather apparent as, well, that poor, I think it was a 200BX, there's not much left of it. It got clipped and it got squished against the tree or against no, it's just the tree in there, really. Well, actually, no, whatever that box is. That is a very Rex 200BX. Funnily enough, yeah, trying to fit very big truck and little sports car through that area did not work. Did not work at all. the AI traffic was having a bad day. Joe is up next on Beam. Now, they are trying to do a speedrun. These are always good fun. I've tried to do these plenty of times. See how fast you can get your car to go. But of course, when you're doing it on a road like this where you do have to deal with corners, sometimes you get things a little bit wrong, and when you're at 200 miles an hour, those things tend to escalate. That is a bolide that has been, very much disintegrated. The entire centre bit came out. Yeah, that's a big crash. That is one hell of a shunt. Ben is up next on R Factor. So they are racing with some of these stock cars when there's a little bit of a nudge and the catch fence does, well, more damage, if anything, to the car ahead. So yeah, they sort of go side by side. I believe this is an AI car, actually. This one is. It's just sort of slightly up in the wall, slightly up against that fence, and as it brushes the fence, the hitbox kind of pings it across, wiping out the player's car, spinning that one around. But yeah, and then it goes for a spin. I presume it may be damaged or something. I don't know. But yeah, the fencing around there is rather dangerous. Although that is nothing compared to Daytona on Automobilista 2. This is still guns watching. AI have problems, and a lot of AI-related problems. So we've got a field, we've got some the LMDH cars, I think that's the new one, we've got some GT3s going around here. However, none of them can seem to take the chicane. For whatever reason, when they get to the chicane, they just have massive problems. You saw all the GT cars there have problems. What about, oh, well, there's the LMD. These things, there's a Cadillac backwards, a BMW went into the wall as well. The next lot through got very sideways. They made it through slightly better. It actually made it through the corner at least. Now there's a load of smoke, and another Cadillac's gone round, whacking the BMW that was trying to recover. I don't think there's a BMW sideways. Can't see much of the smoke. Another thing very sideways. That's just about corrected itself as they head through here. They just cannot deal. They all seem to just be chucking it into this corner way too fast. And up next, we have the next group of cars, and they are going to, look at that, they've made it through. Just about in, well, the Mercedes hasn't. The Mercedes is off and around and backwards, as is the Porsche. In fact, there's more smoke going on. Don't know what it was that was going through there. There's another backwards Mercedes. I don't know if it is, it does look to be consistent with the types. So it seems to be the Merc and the Porsche seem to be more prone. So maybe something in the mod was causing issues at this particular. It seems to be alright every other corner, but just this one they were going a bit too fast. That time the Porsche almost got away with it, but yeah. But the chicane there is a difficult corner. It just doesn't normally lead to that sort of thing. But there we go. That is going to be it for this episode. As ever, if you have clips you'd like to submit to this series, you can via a Google form. There'll be a link to it in the description. All the rules and how it works can be found on there. That, though, is going to be it from me. Thank you all very much for watching, and until next time, a goodbye.